You ever loved someone so much you thought you'd spend your last breath thanking God for them? Because that's how I felt about Mia, until I found out she was sleeping with my brother. And her betrayal turned me into the man she never saw coming. I met Mia when we were 17. She was electric, blue eyes that knew how to weaponize silence, laughter that made you believe in movies again. We dated through college, survived long distance, moved in together after graduation. By 26, I proposed. She cried. I cried. It felt like a movie. Everyone loved her, especially my family. Too much in hindsight. My brother Luke, always a little too friendly. But I didn't see it then. I was blinded by love. The months leading up to the wedding were hectic. Mia was obsessed with details. Dress fittings, flower samples, seating charts. She wanted it perfect. Turns out, she just didn't want to feel guilty. 1 week before the wedding, I borrowed her car. She had just come back from her bridal shower weekend, so I figured I'd surprise her with a full tank of gas and a detailing. While cleaning out her console, I found it. A burner phone. Cheap. Ugly. Not hers. Curiosity? Instinct? Maybe God. I powered it on. No password. First thing I saw? A text thread labeled L. My brother. Luke. My heart dropped. Hands shaking, I scrolled. Can't stop thinking about you last night. Your lips on my neck during that game. She'll never find out. Photos. Her in lingerie. Him shirtless in the same hotel suite I paid for. Time-stamped. During the bridal shower. I dropped the phone. Couldn't breathe. I felt like someone shoved a knife straight into my spine. I didn't scream. I didn't go nuclear. Not yet. First, I went to Luke. He opened the door, half drunk, smirking like nothing mattered. I showed him the texts. He blinked. No denial. Just shrugged. It was a mistake, bro. You always had the perfect life. Football captain, honors kid, family's favorite. I don't know. It happened. It happened, I left, drove straight to Mia's. She opened the door with this big smile, hugged me like everything was fine. I held her tighter than usual, maybe for the last time. Then I pulled out the burner. Her face crumbled. I don't know how that got there. She sat down, sobbing. I panicked. I was scared to marry someone like you. You're so good. I felt like I didn't deserve you. Like I had to destroy it before you saw the real me. Well, now I saw it. The wedding was supposed to be the beginning of forever. But for me, it would be the grand finale. I watched from the shadows as guests gathered, oblivious, sipping champagne and complimenting the bride's dress, a dress I helped her pick. My heart didn't race anymore. It beat with purpose, with calm, calculated fire. He thought he'd buried me beneath his lies, but I clawed my way out of the grave he dug, stronger, sharper, smiling. The aisle wasn't just a path to vows anymore. It was a runway for revenge. And every step she took toward him was a countdown to the reckoning they never saw coming. Because today, the altar won't be about I do. It'll be about I did. Expose, humiliate, end this, publicly. And as the organ played and the doors swung open, I whispered to myself, you wanted a fairy tale? Good. Because this ending will be unforgettable. They say betrayal cuts deepest when it comes from family. I used to believe that was just a saying. But last night, I watched a man I called my brother undress my fiancée in the same guest room I used to let him crash in when his life fell apart. And she let him. She wanted him. I didn't sleep. Instead, I sat in my study, replaying the footage over and over. The two people I trusted most, giggling in the dark like high school kids sneaking around. Marcus, my own blood. And Julia? Well, I guess I should have known. She always did like taking the easy way to luxury. She told Marcus she was marrying me for the lifestyle, that I was too focused on fixing everyone else to notice what's right in front of me. Funny, I did notice. I just didn't let them know I did. So this morning, while everyone was setting up for the wedding of the year, I was making copies. One set of programs for the guests, and one very special version for the people who'd be seated up close. I texted my groomsmen, "Private toast, 10 a.m., be there." Marcus replied with a dumb emoji, the same one he used to send me after stealing my fries as a kid. Only this time, I'm not laughing. When he walked into the room, I handed him a gift box. Inside was a cufflink case, but instead of silver, he found a photo. Julia, lying naked in my bed. The timestamp said it all. He stared at it too long, trying to think of a lie. I didn't give him the chance. You always wanted what I had, Marcus, and now you've got it. But tell me, does she moan your name the way she faked moaning mine? The room went silent. I left him there, speechless. 10 minutes later, I was in the foyer of the wedding venue. Calm, in control, holding the second set of programs, the ones the front row guests would open just before the vows, the ones that didn't say Dr. Mason and Julia. They said, loyalty is stronger than blood, and betrayal, that gets exposed. Let's just say, this wedding won't end with I do. It's about to end with I'm done. My mother helped Mia with her dress. My father sat with Luke, front row, smiling. They had no idea. Mia walked down the aisle, radiant, veil over her face, looking at me like I was salvation. I took her hands. The priest said, "Do you have your vows?" She smiled. I said, "I do. But first, I want to read something." I pulled a folded piece of paper from my tuxedo. "Can't stop thinking about you last night." Mia's smile vanished. "Your lips on my neck during that game." Gasps. I read every word, every dirty text, every photo description. I turned to the audience. She slept with my brother during her bridal shower, in the suite I paid for, and they both planned to lie to me for life. The chapel exploded. Her mother screamed. My mom ran out sobbing. Luke tried to stand. I cut him down with just a look. Mia dropped to her knees, begging. I handed her the burner phone. "You left the evidence." I just read the eulogy and I walked out. Didn't look back once. I canceled the reception mid-walkout. Told the caterer to donate the food. Told the DJ to play one final song before he cheats. Mia called me 48 times in 2 days. Luke, he left town. Haven't seen him since. Word spread like wildfire. Her job let her go. Turns out companies don't want front-page drama. Friends she used to brag to ghosted her. She burned the whole house down and thought she'd be warm in the ashes. Me, I started therapy, started journaling, started breathing again. And for the first time in a long time, I wasn't trying to fix someone else. I was finally choosing to heal me. See, people always talk about forgiving your enemies, but no one prepares you for when the enemy shares your last name. No one tells you how to grieve a sibling who's still alive, how to let go of the fantasy of who they could have been, and accept the reality of who they chose to be. It wasn't just about the cheating. It was the betrayal, the silence, the smile he wore while watching my world fall apart. Family doesn't give you a lifetime pass to your peace. Blood doesn't make someone safe. Sometimes, letting go of a toxic sibling hurts worse than heartbreak. But I've learned loyalty to pain isn't love. Choosing peace is. I blocked them both, not out of anger, but because I finally loved myself enough to stop inviting chaos to dinner. And now, I'm not bitter. I'm better. Because I didn't just walk away from a liar. I walked toward clarity. I didn't just survive betrayal. I chose rebirth. And I didn't just cancel a wedding. I reminded every cheater, every snake in disguise, and every person watching. Some weddings don't end in I do. Some end in truth. Some end in healing. Some end in revenge.